Welcome back, everyone, to the news channel. Today is April 2nd, 2024, and what a call made on this channel. Disney is up 43%. Just 6 months ago, call made on this channel was when Disney was at around the 79 level. And what a buy signal this was. And why was it a buy signal? This is what I've been talking about. It's a buy signal because of a few reasons. First of all, Disney is a great business. As I discussed, it has a wide economic moat. They practically have a wide economic moat with the parks business. I mean, they dominate that business. And of course, they're a huge entertainment company. Now, they've had problems along the road because they're having trouble converting linear to streaming. That's been one of their major problems. And then, of course, the sector hasn't done well. You look at their competition, the whole sector, the entertainment sector, has not done well. The share prices of their closest competitors have actually fared even worse during the descent to when Disney bottomed out at around $79, around the mid-78 range. And that was pretty bad. I mean, it was almost unheard of for a company like this to go down that much. They've had other issues, but the court battles with the governor and getting involved in politics, that was a big mistake. They shouldn't have done that. It does not do companies well when they get involved in that kind of stuff. Now, what's happening here also at the same time, when the share price is really doing poorly back in September, when it bottomed out in the 78, 79 range, activism has been getting involved, and rightfully so. Now, this is an interesting type of activism because what happened was they got into this stock as a result of a merger. It was Marvel going into Disney, and then by default, they got shares. So it's got nothing to do with the activists having axe to grind. No, the only thing they're interested in is to have an increase in the share price. I mean, the share price has been horrendous. It's inexcusable for a company like this to have such poor performance in their share price. So they're looking to make some changes, whatever it is, to get the share price to turn around. This battle's been going on for a while, and they're trying to get a board seat. It's a proxy battle, but the reality is, here's the reality, and they don't say this in the meeting. I mean, it's just a cut and dry explanation. Oh, he wants a board seat, and that's what it's about. No, it's not about that. It's the very threat to get the board seat. I mean, think about this. Since they've been fighting for the board seat, look what's happened since September in the past 6 months, okay? They reinstituted their dividend. They laid off workers, share buybacks. They've gone public and admitted the problems and challenges that Disney faces. So all these things are happening since the activists have been fighting for the board seat. Now, think about it. I don't think this guy really wants a board seat. I mean, he's a billionaire. He's got other things to do. He doesn't want to sit on the board of Disney. What he really wants is the share price to go up. He's an investor. He has a very large amount of money involved here. So that's what his objective is. It's the share price. It's not the board seat. He needs a board seat like he needs the common cold. He doesn't need it. It's the threat to get the board seat that's having its effect. You see, look at the things that have happened since they've threatened to get this board seat. So it's not about that. Think about it. Let's say he gets the board seat, right? Then what? The share price might act differently because, you know, the way it works in Wall Street, buy the rumor, sell the news. Well, if he gets the board seat, there's no more rumor anymore. It's news. So it's over with. It's all baked into the cake. How much more can the share price go up, right? This is not some high-flying tech stock we're talking about. This is a giant defensive type company. This is a Dow component. It's been around for a very long time. You don't see share prices move like this. I mean, the stock is up even today. I mean, look what happened. The market was down substantially today. And just take a look at Disney. Once again, it's up strong. It made an outside day up move and it closed up. So there's a lot of strength in this stock right now. And a lot of it has to do with all the drama going on. You could just see a lot of volatility. Just look at the option market. So there's a lot of option activity going on. This stock, which used to be a defensive, has become this exciting stock. It's something that's where people are looking at. It's making the news. And that's how Wall Street works. You know, when a company gets attention, people start looking at the shares as an investment. So let's just take a look at this article. Certain points I want to bring out here. Peltz has criticized Disney's try and fund want to align pay with performance for key executives. He's right about that. Why are these guys making all this money and the people that should be making the money, the shareholders, are taking heavy losses? Stock has been performing terribly. Restore Disney's box office dominance and expand the company's profit margin. He also wants to ensure CEO Bob Iger, famous for staying on for longer than expected, really steps down in 2026 at the end of his contract. But the plan doesn't differ much from what Iger and team are already doing. Well, it does. Think about it. They had this dispute with Charter about putting on a football game. Who's going to make what? Come on, get the deal done. Dot the I's, cross the T's, do the contracts, get it done. Look at Netflix. They have streaming figured out. They've been making money. This is not a new technology. It's been around a while. Why is it taking so long? And that's really what they want. I don't think Peltz has offered a turnaround plan that would be something that would get people saying, yeah, we need to get Peltz in there and change things. Well, why not? He does want to change things. Okay, he's complaining about them making all this money, which means he's going to change that. Maybe it'll force them to make better decisions. He's trying to get them to get this done, right? To move faster. This shouldn't take this long. Recent years, Disney has struggled mightily with a surprising number of box office flops. It's kind of ironic. All the drama that's going on with this company, the proxy battle, the fight in Florida going on with the governor, and the Writers Guild and the actors strike happening, the fact that the movies they're making have not been doing well. They could be looking at a script right here. It's right under their nose and they don't even realize it. They can make a movie out of this. Maybe that would do quite well. Declining viewership on its linear television networks, including ESPN and ABC, along with massive losses as it builds its streaming business to compete with the likes of Netflix. So that's it. Why is it taking so long? They have all these businesses, especially ESPN, right? ABC, Disney Plus, Marvel, all these companies. Why can't they build their streaming business? Like I said, this is not a new technology. This is not something that's going to happen in the future, right? It's not the future in AI. It's streaming. Streaming's been here for a while. Just get it done. What's taking so long? Make the deals. Collaborate. Make the deals with the broadband companies. Collaborate with other businesses and other streamers. Just get it done. Peltz says he is looking for a turnaround. Despite its many advantages, Disney has lost its way. Disney fell from its #1 position at the box office, was late to enter the streaming business, and doubled down on linear TV at the wrong time. He's right about that. The linear TV business is a sunsetting business. Streaming is the future. Just get it done. Why are they investing more in linear TV when you see the future is in streaming? So here's the critique they have about why they don't want him on the board. Peltz, who has no entertainment experience but has successfully waged such a proxy battle in the past, he said in interviews he wants to work with the current leadership to shake up the media giant. I want to make sure this company finally performs. It's been mistreated for a very long time, and that needs to change. How Disney's fighting back. Typically, shareholder meetings and these votes are state affairs that barely garner significant attention from the public. But Disney is taking the threat seriously. More than $60 billion has been poured into the boardroom fight, most of it from Disney, which is fighting to keep Iger and its board firmly in place. Like I said, this is a script right under their nose that can be a real hit. Look at all this drama. Disney and its supporters say that turnaround is already happening under Iger. No, it's not happening under Iger. It's happening under the activist pressure. That's what I'm saying. Before the activists were putting all this pressure, Disney was at around $79 a share, right? When he became CEO, the stock continued to plummet. So reading further, and the trying proxy battle is due in part to a personal grudge after Perlmutter was ousted from the company last year. No, it has nothing to do with a personal grudge. He was stuck with a bunch of shares when Marvel was brought into Disney. He had the shares. He has no grudges. Just the stock performance is horrendous. He wants the stock price to go up. That's the whole point of this. It's all drama. But it has a unique challenge persuading shareholders. Unlike other publicly traded companies, many of its investors are so-called retail investors. Everyday individuals invest in companies, yes, and they want the share price to go up as well. More than 35% of Disney shares are held by these individuals who could seriously sway the vote. So Disney has been treating the campaign like a political one, launching a campaign website, taking out Google search ads and advertising on popular podcasts like Smartless. It's even leaning on some of its best known animated characters. I'm telling you, this is a script for a movie itself. Look at this. If they're putting out box office flops, I mean, consider this whole drama that's going on with the company, possibly a hit movie. They've really pulled out all stops responding to Nelson Pelz activists, dismissing, attacking them on multiple levels, even going to the place of pulling out Disney's intellectual property and calling Peltz a Pinocchio. Frozen characters Anna and Elsa have also appeared on materials mailed to shareholders. Disney has the right strategy to drive profitable growth and value creation for shareholders and has made substantial progress against our objectives to make our business more efficient and effective, including a sharpened focus on our greatest brand and franchise assets, a continued commitment to cutting costs, and the reinstatement of the dividend. The company said in a statement last week advocating for its slate of board members. Yeah, of course they did all those things because of activist pressure. They didn't do those things before the activists were getting involved and pressuring to get a board seat. So the activist pressure has been successful. The activists have been successful, all right? The stock price is up 43%. That's the objective here. They've been successful. They've succeeded, and the activists have won. The activists have won this battle, regardless of the board seat. In addition, Iger and other senior Disney executives have been traveling across the country, personally meeting with the larger and institutional shareholders. A person familiar with the matter told CNN. Well, what's the point of that, right? There's nothing to meet with them. Now, here's an important part of this article. Disney has also lined up with some big names in support of its board, including filmmaker George Lucas, JP Morgan Chase chief Jamie Dimon, former Disney CEO Michael Eisner, and billionaire philanthropist Maureen Powell Jobs. Even some members of the Disney family who have been critical of the company, like Abigail Lee Disney, have spoken out against Peltz's boardroom battle. Yeah, of course they have, because the stock is no longer trading at $79. If it was at that price right now, they will be calling to fire every one of them. The stock price is up, that's why, and thank the activists for that. Clearly, Bob Iger and the board have taken this very seriously, put out an amazing amount of material, and they've met with investors. Yes, because of the activist pressure. Nelson Pelz has gone public, so it's very contentious, very loud, very public. Yes, and as a result, the share price is up substantially. Okay, so here's the support for the activists. Meanwhile, Peltz has received support in recent days from the California Public Employees Retirement System and the private investment firm Bloomberg Bergman, dealing a blow to Disney deficit to stable the board fight. Influential advisory firms, Institutional Shareholder Service, and Egan Jones have also thrown their support behind Peltz for at least one seat on the board. Again, because they see the pressure working. But while Disney isn't leaving anything to chance, some analysts suggest that if Peltz wins a seat or two at the table, it could open the door to Iger departing the House of Mouse sooner than his planned 2026 succession. It's clear that Iger doesn't want to deal with him. So I guess the one thing that I would wonder about, not from an operational perspective, but from a leadership perspective, is that if Peltz wins, it might hasten the departure of Iger. If he's going to come in and take a board seat, he's going to want to make changes. And where do you make changes when you have problems like the ones faced at Disney? Well, you're going to start at the top, right? So there's no surprise to assume that. And that actually might be a good thing because their share price has performed terribly. Now, what's the takeaway of this? Now, you really have to look at what happens when activists get involved in large companies. When you see a company where their shares have not performed well, and it's a really good business with a wide economic moat, but a long history of increasing revenues, growth. So you have a company that's already undervalued, and then on top of that, you see activists getting involved. And that's a very bullish sign. It's a good buy signal. Why do I say this? Just take a look at this article right here. After P&G revamp, activist investor Peltz moves on to Unilever. Now, this company, when he got involved in Procter & Gamble back in 2017, I remember when this happened, the stock was up substantially. It was like a knee-jerk reaction. And of course, here too, it was a battle to get a board seat. Now, he actually was successful. He was able to achieve getting a board seat, and the stock did substantially well. Keep in mind, this is Procter & Gamble, like Disney, an enormous company, very big, wide economic moat, great brands. They've been around a very long time, long history of increasing revenue and growth. It's a great business. Obviously, it's a Dow component. 2017, the activist investor called for a slew of changes at Procter & Gamble, after which Peltz joined its board in March 2018, following months-long proxy fight. Procter & Gamble's stock price has risen nearly 90% since then, okay? And then he comes into Unilever, which is also a big company. It's not as big as Procter & Gamble, but it's quite a large company. And the stock price went up after he got involved. As you can see, right after he joined this board, it was up 7%. The point is that when you have a company that's undervalued, a great business, like a Procter & Gamble, like a Disney, and then you have an activist that comes in on top of the price being undervalued, that is a good buy signal, because on top of it being undervalued, you have things being shaken up. You have drama, you get attention to what otherwise is a company that's not that much in the news. It doesn't get that much attention. You understand? It's not like the Magnificent Seven, right? A lot of it is hype. Investors are pouring money into it. And now Disney, which was one of the most hated stocks, now is popular. It's making headlines, right? Imagine this company that's been around for such a long time. It's a Dow component, a defensive company, and it's making headlines. And that's one of the reasons why it's going up so much. So they're saying, who's going to win the proxy battle? Well, the activists have won. My prediction is, I don't think he's going to get a seat. And he doesn't really want a seat. It's about the share price. That's what it's all about. I can guarantee you, if the stock price was still at around $79, he would have the seat. A lot of it would be gone. The shareholders would throw them out. They wouldn't tolerate it, but the share price is up. So the investors are thinking, the shareholders are thinking right now, wait a minute, maybe we shouldn't really shake things up now, because like I just said, it's buy the rumor, sell the news. Let this continue. Let the drama continue. Let them continue to fight. It's good for the share price. If he gets the board seat, there's no more buy the rumor, sell the news. It's news. So who knows what's going to happen, right? It's uncertainty. And the stock market doesn't like uncertainty. So then who knows what can happen with the share price. So I predict he's not going to get the seat. However, the activists have won. So there you have it, a great call with Disney. Now, in terms of the target, my target on this stock is $127. I think it's going to go higher from here. Like I said, it's a great business. It's a wide economic moat. It will go higher from here. That's my target. It's pretty close to there right now from where I did the prediction back in mid-September. So I would like to know your thoughts. How do you feel about this whole battle going on at Disney and the company itself as a business? What are your thoughts on the business and the stock itself? Please leave your comments. Please subscribe. Please like up this video. And thank you for tuning in.